Let's get started with the first of two parts of tax loopholes, specifically in the crypto tax field. All of us here are filing our crypto taxes, so we're going to be going over deductions that I've been using for my clients and different situations on which we've helped them, literally to the number. We're going to go over two different documents. The first one's going to be this one. The second one's going to be an actual expenses sheet that I use with my clients. And we're going to go over an example of one and how much we can save, a typical investor. We have very much so high net worth strategies as well. This is definitely a little bit more on the basics. Like everyone should have this type of deductions in their lives because you're leaving money on the table if you're not. So let's just go down the list. We send this to all our clients, and basically what it is, it's just a basic sheet that goes over every sort of deduction and income document, everything A to Z that you're going to have in your tax world. But I really want to focus more on the business because that's where you get most of your deductions. Let's go right, I think it starts right here. Perfect. So anyone who's made income, and what is income? What's a business? It's a revenue producing activity. Just not every business makes money. You can show losses. Generally, you don't want to show losses for 3 years in a row, but the first 3 years, you shouldn't have any problem doing any of these strategies at all. So as long as you keep things legal and you tell the right story, it's all about the story behind the numbers. So let's tell a story of one of our crypto investors. A lot of them either one have a little side hustle. We're going to be going over what a node can do. A node is considered income. Mining is considered income. It follows this exact just layout as we're going on right now. So in addition, it could be, an Etsy shop, an online shop, selling clothing, a little consulting, doing some marketing for someone, running an Instagram. You have a little cooking business. You can cook food or meal prep. You train people, do accounting for them. Party planner, A to Z. Think of something that you like doing. You don't got to make a lot of money. You make $500. It's still you show them $500, but make some money. Have some income, a receipt or sales, some sort of sales in your life. When it comes to crypto, staking is considered income. It's a little bit of a stretch to do this, but if you consider it a business, then we can start taking deductions. So, all right, so let's go down this and see the kind of deductions that you're going to have. And then, like I said, we're going to go over to this sheet and show the actual example. So cost of goods sold is basically your inventory. What is the cost to produce the products that you're making or selling? So the materials and supplies, the labor that's included in purchases. So if you have a jewelry business, all your purchases of beads and string and silver and all that will be purchases. Then big expense generally for a lot of businesses, advertising. Advertising, people spend a lot of money on. Car and truck expense, you can deduct your car. And usually I use standardized miles. So you have an amount of miles for your commuting and amount of miles for your business. Depreciation or Section 179 depreciation, that's if you buy a capital asset. That's generally capital asset. Think of any big purchase that you can depreciate over the useful life, meaning like a computer or furniture. So a computer lasts 5 years according to the depreciation schedule. So let's say you buy $1,000 computer, you could depreciate $200 a year. Or you can Section 179 where you take the full expense in year one. However, some states, got to be careful with this, some states will not accept 179 depreciation. Health insurance, a lot of people don't realize you can deduct health insurance if you're self-employed. Any other insurance, legal and professional, so that's my accounting fees, a legal and professional fee, or an attorney. Office expenses, rent. So rent, I generally use also, again, you can use the simplified method, which you take the square footage of your office compared to the square footage of a home. Meals, travel, entertainment, taxes and license, supplies, utilities, club dues, and other expenses. This is where we can get creative, but some people can get a little too aggressive. I'd be very careful where you start putting into other expenses. You don't want to go and start throwing a ton of big items in there. This is showing the miles from the depreciation. Again, going a little more into depreciation. Expenses directly to your home office, the telephone, all that. And so this is, again, like I said, we send this to all our clients. If this is something that you're interested in getting, maybe we can attach it for everyone to see, and they can do this on their own. But it's 28 pages. It goes over everything. It's very, very thorough. Very thorough. Some people get a little overwhelmed when they read through this, but I promise you, if you take your time, every single one of these items will affect your tax return. These are all IRA contributions, Roth, simples, everything here will affect your tax return. So it's something good to know and to go through line by line, because each of these lines will affect your tax return. Student loan interest, if you have student loans, cash contributions for charity, casual and theft losses, child care expenses this year. If you have children, you can save a lot of money. They're giving a lot of money out for people who have kids. All right, this is from the AICPA, so this is this is a valid source. So, AICPA is one of the biggest accounting organizations in the world. So now that you saw a little bit of a crash course of just a little touch on of what kind of deductions are possible, let's actually go through an example. I want to go through real life example using the numbers and how you can save money through taxes.